Corey here with Toothless Reptiles in San Diego. It is the official start date of the Salvadorii project facility going up right behind me. We're gonna go from this to this. Okay guys, so that's it for day one, building the gigantic building. As you can see, we got a lot of stuff set up for tomorrow. They're going to be here bright and early tomorrow morning to start actually assembling the building, but for now they got all of the railing bolted down to the concrete. All of these are all bolted down to the concrete all the way around. And if you'll take a look over here, so these are actually the wall supports. So these things were custom made to 16 foot long. That's why they had to double wall them up. So there's actually two 2-inch square stock tubes seam welded together, because the building was so tall. In order for it to pass the wind shear testing in engineering, we had to double up the tubing. So, and then those are the gigantic roof trusses right there. So those are 30 feet wide, and these obviously all get stacked lengthwise all the way to 60 feet long. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So everything's all squared away. They got everything in and prepped for tomorrow. So we should see a lot more action tomorrow as far as assembly goes. So I'm pretty excited to finally see this thing go up. Pretty cool. Keep feeding. top tip moment. If you're doing a job like this where you have a small crew on site and you want them to do a good job and you want them to do it faster, do a daily job site cleanup. I'm permitted as builder owner anyway, so it's kind of my job to kind of clean up after them on a daily basis anyway, but a lot of people don't see it that way. But clean up the job site for the workers. So at the end of the day, usually they have trash, stuff from lunchtime or whatever. Go around, pick it up, as well as picking up screws and any other bracketry that they drop on the ground, because they're trying to crank through everything and screw everything together. So they're going to drop a bunch of screws on the ground, and a lot of that stuff, if you have kids, it's fun for them to go around and kind of pick it up. Like my son was like, oh, I'll pretend that it's candy and pick it up. So he was having fun picking it up. And the bad thing is your kids' bare feet will find every screw that you don't. So make sure that you go around and pick them up. And because once you leave those on the ground for a day or two, the loose dirt covers them up and they're pretty much impossible to find. So make sure to do just basic job site cleanup every day. And when the workers come in the morning, they'll appreciate it a little bit better and they're just in a better mood. And you know, happy workers are good workers. So pretty cool. Top tip moment. Keep feeding. That is the end of day 2. So they got all of the roof trusses up, all the walls set in and locked into the base, as well as all the roof strapping on, so all the walls are locked in together with each other. And they got kind of the door areas laid out and everything, but it took pretty much all day to do this. As you guys, I'm sure you guys saw on the time lapse, they were using the huge forklift for pretty much all day today. And they're going to start bright and early tomorrow, hopefully getting all the siding up and the insulation start going in. I know the insulation gets pinched between the siding and the structure, so it should be a real nice solid design. Pretty cool. So we'll go ahead and switch to the time lapse for day 3. There you go, guys. So this is what we've been working on for the last few days. And if you're listening to this, you must have just watched the time lapse. Hopefully you saw my little Toothless Reptiles top tip moment that I had in there. But this is the new Salvadorii facility breeding project thing building. So this is a 30 by 60 fully insulated walls and roof steel building that's got 10 skylights in it. These are thin acrylic skylights, so they should allow UVA and UVB, but not UVC. The wavelength of UVC, I believe, is too short or too long, one or the other, to penetrate most acrylics. But we didn't go with a glass. Glass typically, I believe UVA or UVB, one of them won't penetrate, or it's really inefficient at penetrating, something like that. So acrylic panels were the best choice to actually be supplementing with UV, natural UV for the croc monitors, but we're still going to have all of our badass 230 volt European UV full spectrum lighting in here, and the lighting that we're using is actually proven to work for the breeding project that's in Madrid, Spain. So, and they've been successful breeding crocs for a little while, and they have some studies published as well, which is cool. So all the information can be found online, which is kind of weird that there's not other people breeding these guys, considering there's literally a recipe from Spain on how to do it. But good thing for us, we have a ton of space to do whatever we want. So as you can see, we're basically going to be building the enclosures all the way to the roof. So there's the tops of the walls are 16 feet. So that's let's see if I can do it. No, I'm not going to be able to do it. So that area is 16 feet. Then the peak of the roof is actually, I think it's a 12 and 3 or 12 and 3 and a quarter pitch. So it's a lot taller in the center, but that'll give us room to put in all the fire sprinkler systems and everything else. As far as electrical goes, I got the panel and everything wired in, which I think I'll show you in the time lapse as well, or I'll post that a separate little video. I don't know. I'll probably just embed it in the time lapse that we have with the building. So I'll probably have already done that by now. But we just basically put up what you needed to have to get, I just basically put up what you needed to have to get signed off for your electrical permit. A basic electrical permit, you only need a GFI outlet and on a separate circuit, and then another separate circuit ran for lighting. So we have the lights over there. It's just a single light on a switch, and that's pretty much it. And then the third circuit we'll have is actually for the fire alarm system for the sprinkler system that's going in here. So everything is all permitted. We're good to go. The fire sprinkler system goes in tomorrow and Tuesday. And then we'll, hopefully we can get all of our final inspections done Wednesday. So I'll call that in. They'll come out, do all the final inspections, electrical. I'll have the fire chief, Jason, over here. He'll sign off the fire sprinkler system. All that stuff's already been approved. The design and everything's been approved. And they'll sign off the final of the building and the final of the foundation. And we should be done with inspections, and then we can start building everything. So hopefully towards the end of next week, we should be super busy building huge croc enclosures. I'm super excited. This is an awesome project. I'm glad that I've been able to kind of bring you guys along for it. Luckily, I have some time off work still. I still have a month off work. So we should be able to get everything done. And I will try to be diligent about doing videos and doing the time lapses. I got this like extra battery pack that your camera sits in, so it lasts for like 9 hours, so I don't have to constantly be changing batteries, which is a pain in the butt when you're in the middle of doing something, as I'm sure a lot of you guys who actually do this stuff probably know. So that's pretty much it. We have my buddy who's an electrician coming by later on today, and he's actually going to hook up just live in the panels, because I didn't live anything up. Everything's still dead at this point. but we're gonna hook up the breaker. This is a 100 amp system, so we're hooking up the 100 amp breaker, the main panel 100 amp breaker here that supplies this panel. So you want to have a shutoff at the house and a main shutoff at the building. So everything should be done really good. The gauge wire that we're running is actually a lot bigger than we need it to be. So if we ever have too much of a draw, which can happen sometimes when you have animals that shatter stuff or short stuff out, we shouldn't have any electrical issues. It should blow the breakers. All that stuff has been pretty well thought out. So we're doing pretty good on everything, and hopefully we'll keep all this stuff going. I hope you guys enjoyed the super long time lapse of 4 days of putting up a building and me doing some basic electrical stuff. And keep following us. I would like to continue to do this stuff at least while I have the time, and then obviously your guys' feedback makes it a lot more fun. So pretty awesome. Hope you guys enjoyed it.